What's going on, good people? This is Alex Auguste, your tour guide on My Real Vivid Life, right here on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe to this channel, hit the bell for notifications. By the end of this video, I'm going to show you one of my most precious gadgets that I use to shoot content with. Hopefully you see that as valuable and insightful. But likewise, I'm going to be taking you behind the scenes to where I went for Art Basel weekend in Miami, Florida. Also to note, all songs included in this video are original songs written by me.
Alex Auguste. Right now I'm in Miami, Florida. As you guys have probably seen from different videos, story posts on Instagram, and of course shorts talking about how bad traffic is. This looks like the alley from freaking Boys in the Hood. Ricky! But yeah, we're heading back down to Wynwood, down to the Oasis, right next door to where we were last night, where I was last night, checking out the selection. So that's gonna feature Andre Power, that's gonna feature Sango, quite a long list of DJs that are gonna be out there tonight. So it's gonna be a good time, and I'm gonna be taking you guys along for the ride, just to make sure you guys get to see all of the sights and sounds and all of the fun that is to be had at Art Basel. Obviously, as we get ready for Sunday's event, which is the Coilture Freedom Festival that's happening down in Overtown. Something that was a bit of a challenge for Art Basel, and it was more of a personal challenge than it was a challenge of like anything that I was doing or telling people about. But for the 3 weeks leading up to Art Basel, I hadn't actually had any form of alcohol, no liquor, no wine, no beer. And so going into Art Basel was a little bit of a challenge because it's definitely the kind of environment where you're going to bars, you're going to just different venues. Some of the tickets came with free drinks. When you're typically meeting people at a place like this and socializing or networking, it's usually like, hey, can I get you a drink? Something of the sort. So being at the selection and being in that environment and a place like that that had energy and thousands of people, it was a challenge, but I actually took that kind of head on right at the head and just decided that any event that I went to, I would just bring the energy. I would be in the moment, like just living in the moment and really not even thinking about that idea, right? It's not like I have cravings or anything like that. It's just like sometimes you actually just, don't even really think about it. You kind of just go to the bar and that's your thing. But I would just get thirsty and maybe get a ginger ale or a ginger beer, which is one of my favorite drinks, or a tonic water. Just something you would normally get when you were thirsty. That made it interesting, but I also wanted to just share that to let you guys know what headspace I was in as I was attending these events.
I'm gonna send it to you too, don't worry. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Hold it.
Friday night was a different story. I linked up with my good friend Celine, down in Wynwood again at this event, which was cool. Sponsored by Johnny Walker Black Label, or Blue Label. And it was just this really, really good ambiance, this vibe. One thing that I have to say about Art Basel, you have to remember this if you're coming from out of town. I've been spoiled living in Tampa, where I can typically get to an event at 7 and at 8, and I'm like, this is gonna be a good night. It's probably gonna end at like, midnight. At Art Basel events, that's just simply not the case. So we got there early, but we had options of other places to go. So we wanted to make sure that we hit the road to get those other spots going as early as possible. Next up was the David Mazzoni exhibit at the One Hotel South Beach. By far the dopest art we had seen, I could honestly say, the entire weekend. This was really, really dope stuff. Very thought-provoking imagery, in my opinion. Again, that's just my opinion. But as you can see in that reflection, I was just kind of in a relaxed look, just some overalls and a white long sleeve. I tried my best to kind of blend in, but in a space like that, for whatever reason, I kind of just stood out, which brought us to, being an opportunity to meet some other beautiful melanated people. And of course, people got to flick it up, right?
I really did try my best to blend in, but it just didn't seem to work. And I think maybe some people thought I might have been one of the artists, or maybe I just really looked damn good that night. I'm not sure which one it is, but I get asked often about how I make a decision to shoot moments like this, right? Am I using an app or a software? But the reality is, it's just making a choice that instead of in this moment shooting with your regular video camera, I just select, you know, slow motion and just shoot in slow motion. There's a lot of energy, there's a lot of fast motion, it's fast movement, and so you're able to just capture people in their essence, to be honest with you. When it comes to hosting events, I'm actually a very visual person. I like to visualize the space that I'm gonna be in, so I can visualize what kind of energy I should, you know, kind of maintain and give. So I actually dropped in unannounced to the historic lyric theater the day before, and as you can see, I wasn't getting a lot of cooperation from my DJI Osmo Mobile 6. That's my gimbal. It was giving me a pain in the ass as I was just trying to document and at least get a small and quick promo video out the day before. It just wasn't my best friend that day, which actually reminded me that earlier that week, I was in the gym trying to sell it off. Yes, I was trying to sell it. You know, most times when people see me working out with it and they see that it has a tracking capability, I usually get a lot of questions, and especially if it's a person who's using an iPhone, I will absolutely try to sell it to them. I'll tell you guys a little bit about that. The week preceding Art Basel and the Coilture Freedom Festival was a busy week. I joined Miss Simone Hilton and the Natural Trendsetters team to be on WSVN 7 Deco Drive, and that's Warwick. I like Warwick. He cool. He has great energy. He was absolutely cool, man. He did not do my makeup, but he was doing the ladies' makeup, making sure everyone looked great. As you can see, that's Simone Hilton right there. Master pioneer, master stylist, Miss Simone Hilton. And it was a good time. We were just kind of in the moment, just moving and grooving and just doing what we normally would do. Doing hair and getting our hair done.
Take these pin curls down, which is actually a set, and it gives you an amazing look. Just watch, let me show you.
While we were with the Deco Drive team, there was just a lot of really good pointers and ideas that I was thinking about as I considered and as I thought about creative direction and video and editorial and just kind of bringing a more journalistic approach to the videos that I do.
Take the pin curls down because this is a part of the set. As you can see, it's kind of curled already.
And you said this is best when it's in?
We blow dry before we twist it, so it doesn't take a long time to dry. We do add product, our royal coils and mousse we use to twist it, and it helps to make it set. The great thing about stretching out kinky hair and using products on top of it, it'll shrink into the set that you want it to have. And it looks amazing. How do they look? They say the bigger the hair, the closer the guy.
So it was definitely all a good time, but I could not help but notice, like, you know, sometimes you see somebody and you kind of take a one look at them and then you take another look.
Oh, okay.
Well, Miss Simone's daughter is absolutely like 90s R&B gorgeous. I could not actually stop looking at her and looking at her smile and enjoying her look and enjoying her hair and just overall enjoying her whole like aura that day. Yeah, I don't know if the Deco Drive segment really did her justice, but if you are interested in checking that out, seeing the full production and reading the article, see the link in my description on this video. Going back to the streets on Saturday. This was now Saturday. I was able to link up with a good friend of mine. You may have recognized him from some videos of me visiting Baltimore, but I had to pull up on Rich Rocket nonetheless. He's in my city, so of course, had to go show love and say what's up. One of the biggest things that I noticed now as an out-of-towner kind of coming into Miami for Art Basel on a yearly basis is there just seems to be a different energy every single year. And this year's energy felt a little lower than I was accustomed to. It was just a little different, and I haven't necessarily been able to put my finger on it yet, but it definitely felt very, very different. If you were out in Art Basel this year, drop a comment and let me know if this year felt like previous years. Were you enjoying the energy? Did people feel as friendly? And did the exhibits and events feel as fulfilling as they have in the past? Be sure to drop a comment and let me know your thoughts. Next up was Ebony Magazine's Ebony Forward event at the Temple House in South Beach. Had a change of clothes on me, so I was able to just kind of make it work and do a quick outfit change, wardrobe change, no malfunctions, and just enjoy this event. From what I understand, Ebony Magazine has been shifting into Ebony Media Group, which really changes the trajectory of their entire organization as a whole. So this event was dope, not only from an aesthetic standpoint, but also dope to see what is to come from Ebony Magazine after 75 years of a leading publication for the Black community. Next up on my early turn-in night, which was Saturday, the day before the Coilture Freedom Festival, was none other than Jack Daniel's Art, Beat, and Lyrics. I don't have really much to say about this event. Great art, beautiful art every single year. When it came to the performance, it just seemed out of place and uninformed.
In their life, trust me, you can be locked and fabulous and get some change in your life.
So you mean it's okay to get locked up?
Absolutely.
Well, lock me up.
Only a natural
Put a host alongside two heavy hitters from my own childhood as a kid growing up in Miami, both Miss Ingrid B and Razor the Comedian. I actually remember sneaking into the Coconut Grove Improv to see Razor. It's crazy. So being on stage and being in this experience was amazing. Definitely check out all of the content on my Instagram and more to see how all of this came to be.